Welcome back. Today, we explore one of the most important books ever written about money, business, trade, and success. By Dot in this video, you'll learn how nations become prosperous, how businesses grow, why trade matters, and how money shapes the world, all explained in simple English for beginners. Long before modern banks, global companies, and online business, Adam Smith asked a powerful question. Why do some nations become rich while others remain poor? Born in Scotland in 1723, he was not a king or a merchant, but a philosopher and teacher who closely observed how people worked, traded, and lived. At that time, many governments believed wealth meant gold and silver, so they tightly controlled trade and business. Smith saw something different. He realized true wealth comes from human work, skills, production, creativity, and trade. In 1776, he published The Wealth of Nations, transforming economic thinking by arguing that when ordinary people are free to work, produce, buy, and sell, the whole nation grows stronger. Farmers, bakers, teachers, workers, and shopkeepers, their daily efforts create national wealth. He highlighted competition as a force that improves quality and lowers prices, and introduced the idea of the invisible hand. When people pursue their own success, they often benefit society at the same time. Yet he also stressed that morality, justice, and fairness are essential for a healthy system. He emphasized specialization and free trade, explaining that productivity rises when people and countries focus on what they do best and exchange with others. One of Smith's most famous ideas is the division of labor, breaking work into small tasks so different people can specialize. Using the example of a pin factory, he showed that when workers each focus on one step, production increases dramatically. This principle powers modern factories, restaurants, tech companies, and nearly every industry today. Specialization improves skill, saves time, and boosts efficiency, while larger markets allow greater specialization and higher wealth. At the same time, Smith recognized a challenge. Repeating the same task can become mentally tiring, so societies must balance efficiency with worker well-being. Before money, people relied on barter, which was slow and difficult because it required finding someone who wanted exactly what you offered. Money changed everything by becoming a trusted medium of exchange and a store of value. Markets expanded, businesses grew, and long-distance trade flourished. Smith explained that trade benefits both sides. When individuals or nations specialize and exchange goods, everyone gains. Markets guided by supply and demand help resources flow where they are most needed. He reminded readers that real wealth is not money itself, but what money can buy: food, homes, education, and opportunity. Smith's idea of the invisible hand shows how self-interest can serve society. A baker bakes to earn money, but in doing so provides food for others. Competition encourages businesses to improve quality and lower prices, while markets adjust naturally through supply and demand. However, he warned that laws and fairness are necessary to prevent abuse and protect trust in the system. He also argued that countries should focus on what they do best and trade for the rest. Free trade creates larger markets, better products, more jobs, and stronger economies. Cooperation between nations, rather than isolation, leads to prosperity through specialization and exchange. Smith explained how prices reflect wages, costs, and profit. Wages support workers' lives, profit keeps businesses alive and encourages innovation, and supply, demand, and competition together shape market prices. These forces interact daily in ways that affect ordinary people's lives. Another key idea is capital: tools, machines, buildings, and saved money used to create more wealth. Investment in capital increases productivity, creates jobs, and allows businesses to expand. Growth happens gradually through reinvestment, planning, and responsible risk-taking over time. Although Smith supported economic freedom, he did not reject government. He believed in balance. Governments must provide security, justice, infrastructure, and fair taxation. Too much control harms growth, but no rules at all create chaos. Healthy economies need both freedom and stability, supported by strong institutions. Smith also explored why some nations become rich while others remain poor. Wealth grows through productivity, specialization, trade, education, investment, and political stability. Prosperity takes time and depends on the daily work of millions of people, supported by effective systems and opportunities. Since 1776, The Wealth of Nations has shaped modern economic thought. Its ideas on specialization, competition, free trade, and productivity still influence how the world works today. The key message remains clear: wealth is built slowly, through human effort, cooperation, innovation, and organized systems. This is why Adam Smith's work continues to guide how we understand money, markets, and national prosperity, even centuries later.